Come on in. Wait. Here we are, we're in the Red Oak. Keep in mind and help pass the word along in the comments that I cannot answer any questions or comments in the comment section because I just had some downtime. That's why we're coming in late. But help me pass the word that somebody's asking questions that I can't answer them. I will repeat myself about it, but I got to put myself on repeat in between whatever subject I'm on. Tell everybody what we're doing. Just kind of letting some folks come on in. We're running a double cut head saw for the folks that are here now. Straight 4/4. We did get a special order, I guess you could call it. For here in the head rigs. You'll see me cut some of that. 5.5 inch by 5.5 inch by 12 foot. And this one here just so happens to be 12 foot. Now I'm not going to take a giant one, like an 18 inch and try to cut that down to 5.5 inches. You know what? I'm not even going to do that to this one. I'm just way too far behind right now. Like I said, I had some downtime, so we're going to do some turning and burning. I'm looking back my deck and I see one that I thought that it was two logs on top of each other. Here's my log deck real quick. Log deck. Bap. You see that one that's sticking up right there? Yeah. That's the one. That thing's probably 30 inches. So let's get after it here. Oh man, that thing is a monster. When that thing comes in, it's probably going to shake, rattle, and roll you guys. I guarantee it. It'll be like bing, bok, bang, bok, boom, baka, bam. Getting there. Are we working here? Did I just see Dez? Stopping to glance over there, I see Nat. Hi, Dez. Here we are, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We're up here in Northwest Pennsylvania if you're new here. God, almost ran out of breath again. But I'm operating a double cut head saw, which means I can cut both directions. You'll see just a little bit of that here. Like I said, I am in catch-up mode now. These bigger ones will slow me down just a little bit, but they will also help me get caught back up a little bit. Because I'm going to send them over there no, I'm not going to send them any bigger. Just kidding. I'm going to keep them the same as always. Try to get them below 17 inches. It just makes more sense for the process over there. And if I could right now, I would go just a little bit smaller, but right here it's actually below 16.5 inches that way. This one's got 169 board feet in it. It's a 12 footer. Like I said, we do have those 5.5 by 5.5. So we got to cut. They want 20 of them, but they're just gonna have to. Hopefully, they don't need them by this weekend. If so, they should have said something earlier. It's been done by now. We'll get them though. We'll get them. I know I'm ready to get out of here. It's Friday. Gonna go on a little solo hike after work. Give me the loop, give me the loop. I do have a little bit of a headache. It's not helping out at all. Yeah, that big one. How many is that back? Probably, oh shoot. Probably about 7 or 8 back. Come on, save it. Dang it. Somebody will get that. Let's drop the board down to the chipper. Somebody will get that. Take a quick shim here. Send that down to the chipper. Got a board to clean it up full length. And it's on to the resaw now. Oh my gosh. Oh. What a treat. We just got another one of those giant logs kicked up onto the deck here. So there's going to be some big ones rolling in here. Real nice size ones. Come on. I'll let you know when it's just about here. It's gonna shake the cab when it just drops into the arms here on the left. Excuse me. Here's a piece of 4/4. This is red oak. I think that's in the. I think I put that in the caption. I think that's what it says. I'm not even sure what happens when you guys see what's going on here. So, but we're sawing red oak on a double cut head saw with the slant carriage, which means the saw is slanted as well. Goes with the degree there. Not real sure of that angle. But yeah, if you guys are commenting or asking questions, I'm not ignoring you. I'm really not. There's a lot going on out here in front. But occasionally I will look over there and I'll try to grab a question or something. Now there is a head saw behind us doing the same thing. Boy, he must be really trying to. He must be trying to get those done because he's a little bit behind too. But I just seen you can see some of his stuff going by on the right hand side there. But like I said, he's doing the same thing we are. Wait till you see this log. Thank you. I didn't catch your name. That's very interesting to watch. If you like this, seriously, like, I'm not trying to keep you around, whatever. I'm not that type. But there are 4 logs, and then there's, I'm telling you, this thing has to be 30 inches. When I say 30 inches, that's measured across the end of the log here. Yeah, this thing here, this one's a mess. We'll get her out of here though. A little help with that saw blade out there. We're about due for a new handle here for this carriage drive. You might be able to catch it on there. It's not lagging the camera. Well, it might lag. I don't know what the signal strength is here, but there's a little bit of a surge going on with the carriage. We're narrowing it down to a couple issues here, but yeah, sometimes when I'm going on my forward cut here, going away, it has a little bit of a surge. And what I mean by that is when I move my drive handle just a little bit forward, the handle for the carriage is like a throttle. I've mentioned that before. So the further I push it forward or pull it back, because it's dual directions here, it should move gently as I move the accelerator. That's basically what this is. But it will surge instead of going slowly and accelerating fast. It'll go 0 to 100 real quick. But they're figuring it out. We're dealing with it. But it's really more of a concern on the bigger ones. And I kind of chuckle when I say that because I've been sitting here talking about this giant one that's coming in. The thing is massive. But they're fun to cut as long as your saw is cutting good. And this saw is cutting pretty darn good. Now you see the one that's in the loader arms now? The one that just rolled in there on the left. That one is literally, well, the big one's a 10-footer. Maybe that's an 8-footer. The one you're seeing right there, that's a 10-footer. I got them mixed up there. But it's literally half the size in diameter. Oh, that's all you can do is just laugh. I'm just gonna hold on a second. Not letting it roll in yet. The suspense is gonna build. I know it's gonna. Hold on a second. I'll turn that back on. That thing is pretty. Oh, here it comes. But you're not gonna see the entire thing until I roll it in. It's gonna take a couple minutes. It's gonna take a couple minutes. It's gonna take a couple minutes to cut this. Just wait till it rolls across right there in front of you. Be another one of those bing bop boom bop bang bop bam. However that goes. And I got that in my head again. All right, here it comes. There. I actually missed it a little bit on the carriage. I misjudged it, so hold on a second. Let's roll that off of there a little bit. I want to make sure we have the carriage or the log set just right on that carriage. And I'll tell you how big it is here in a second once it sets. 29 inches. And once I get through this cut, let me make sure she's going to do good. Oh, yeah. 312 board feet in this one. We're going to do some risky business here. And we're going to take a front cut. Like I said, this is an 8-footer. 29 inches in diameter. And you'll see how I saw these. Everybody saws them different, I know. But this is how I do mine. This helps a lot in a couple of different ways. We're not losing any footage. If anything, we're just losing just an extra minute or two. But trust me, it's so worth it. It saves your saw blade. the bandsaw because it doesn't get so hot. I'm trying to take such a wide cut. You know, it's a lot of work for that saw to try to get all that sawdust out of there, and try to feed that at the right rate. Not to mention that board. You know, if you cut that big old 27-inch wide board off of there, it's going to get stuck in the conveyors. We were running into that a little bit earlier. But I'm sorry that I can't answer any questions directly. Where are you all located? Hey, Chainsaw Charlie's here. What's up? I just looked over. We're up in Northwest Pennsylvania. I've said the name where we're at quite a few times. It's right there on the head block there on the right of your screen. Not Clairman, and no, it's not danger. It's dangerous. I'm sure somebody will tell you where it's at. But we're still working on this one, and then there's more to come. There's plenty of big ones coming. Not quite as big as this one, but they're pretty big. Oop, let me roll that up a little bit. Get up there. Right on that face that I've already cut. Now you see I'm octagoning it here, but I'm not actually going to put all 8 faces on it. It's down to a fair size, so now we'll finish it right here. I just hit my buttons and made it think that this is the 4th face, which it actually is, even though it's actually the 7th. But you'll see what I'm doing here. I'm able to saw through it a little bit faster. Now the computer already knows that this is the 3rd face. It's following along. Oh, that one was a little thin. I don't know what was up with that. Why is all furniture made of particle board now? That's a great question. That is a great question. And I'm not the guy to answer that because I don't know. I saw lumber, or I cut lumber, however. I am sawing lumber. Right here's a piece of 4/4. This is red oak on a double cut head saw. That piece of 4/4 right there, we cut ours 1.1/8. That's going to go off to the edger. The edger's off there in the background. Going back here a little bit. Let me turn this back just a little bit. Do I have that zoomed in? Nope. Let me just pull it back just a little. All right, here we go. But the edger is off there in the distance. That's where the boards will go from here. They go out the conveyor belts. You can see it out through there a little bit. See out through there a little ways. Then once it goes through the edger, they go into the bin sorter. Come on, baby, get in there. Be nice. Got that weird little flare at the end there. But the boards will go through the edger, get squared up on the edges, and then off into goes through the trimmer, and then it goes into the bin sorter. I can actually see that the edger is struggling right now to keep up, and that's something that we run into when the logs are this size. All right, here's a 12-footer. We're gonna take this one down. We're gonna get a couple of these 5.5s out of the way. Just follow along. I'm sorry I can't answer all the 62 board feet in it. Well, not this next one, but the one after this one. Pretty big also. There it is. A lot of nice sized logs coming. When you see this S rolling in on the end of this log, these are veneer reject logs, and that's why they're so massive. And that's what that S is, from being, they were in a sale. For whatever reason, they got rejected. Some folks know, some folks don't know. Bam. Let's see how big this one is. This one's got 302 board feet in it, 26.7 inches, but just a little over 26.5 inches. That's across the end here, across the, see how big it is here. Well, I'm actually going to do this number on it. Similar to what I did a little while ago, but just a little different style. Little freestyle action here. You ever watch some freestyle log cutting? Here you go. Be on Sports Center pretty soon. So now I actually set that on my first face. Shoot, I messed up. Let's go back one. There we go. Now technically I am on my third cut, but I have it programmed in there as my second cut, because this is actually going to be the second phase. And I'll roll it once more, I hope. The other way, you know, obviously is a little bit more efficient. So what we're going to do is we're going to karate chop it normal. We're gonna send this one just a little bit bigger. No, I keep forgetting we can't do that. Not in this red oak. It's just way too hard on these saws. But that's okay, because that top board there,
Hey Rob, hold up.
it's gonna need some trimming there. Well, the resaws just got put on a hold up. I don't know how long we'll be able to run, but we'll see. I'm actually gonna plug my phone in. Hold on a second. Hold up, wait a minute. Don't go anywhere. Oh, man, something must have been, something tells me like I need to plug my phone in, because I just plugged it in, it was at 19%. So it wouldn't have been much longer at the, you know, recording or whatever it's doing, feeding, live streaming. Really eats at the battery. So right now, like I said, you guys may have heard the little bit of chatter there on the radio telling somebody to hold up. I'm looking across and I can see the edger. So I'm watching his deck, and I'm also looking, I have a monitor that I can see his decking there. And so keeping an eye on that. Somebody will probably tell me that I need to stop if it gets too full at the edger. You know, we do have a capacity if the bin sorter's not running. And that right now is, I believe, what the issue is the bin sorter. Because if it was the trimmer that was down, I believe the bin sorter would still be running. Which is, I don't know why, but well, it's been a lot of big logs today. There's another big one about to roll in here on the left. Come on, bugger. Get over there. There we go. Seen the log turner pop up there. I use my left hand to operate that, to bring that up and slap it forward and back and forth, whatever. And it, it works wonders if I need to roll the log a little bit. You can see that black line there, that black crease, crook, I believe is what that's called. I'm gonna saw this right into that, which is great because this log is 26 inches, but you can see right there, we've already cut 2 boards off and they're really not that wide yet. And that's, if you use that little split there, that little crook just right, and I cut it right into it. Now you can see how it's like oval shaped or whatever. It's really wide now, but the faces are still going to be, like, I'm going to be able to cut quite a few off of this one right here. It's only going to take about 2 or 3 logs and the edge is going to be completely buried. At this rate, with this size, that's about the maximum width of a board I would want to cut right there. That was
$10, you're gonna have to hold it up. That edge is already buried.
that was about 20 inches wide. Copy that. Is there enough room I can finish this big one? I mean, there's quite a few boards left on it, but
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, let's get this one done. Get her on out of here. Somebody must have had a good lunch. Heard that. Oh, somebody will get that down there. Cleanup guys are down there. They're watching for that. But once I finish this, I'm going to have to hold up. The bad thing is my phone's about dead, so I can't even, well, I can probably do that, I guess. Bing, ba, boom, ba, boom, ba, bam. That 276 board feet in that. Pretty big. Let me see here. This loving hand. Oh. Why is things like this so relaxing? I'm not sure, and I'm telling you, I've said it before. I've heard that so much time. We're up in Northwest Pennsylvania. But here's my monitors. This is what I'm looking at. I look just over top of this, right out that direction, just like that. They just changed this saw at 9:30. Hold on a second. Just blocking the old check my nudes person. I believe these are Simons. No, we don't only cut red oak. We were actually on soft maple yesterday, and cherry just before that. But we really have a good stockpile out there. The scrap stuff, you can see it if I don't unplug you here. I do have this really long cord, it's beneficial. But you can see this is the shakers right here going into the chipper. So that stuff is going to paper mills. We run 10-hour shifts. Yeah, overtime later on kicks in. I'm trying to catch you guys here. What is the beeping sound when you're about to cut the wood? Better than cutting the cheese. Hey, Nate. Hey, Damien. I can't catch all these. Somebody just asked about the beeping. The beeping is, I can show you guys finally. You see these up here? Can't really show you exact, but those are all scanners coming out, and you can see the red lines out there on the head blocks there, right here, going up and down. Those are the scan heads. So when you hear the beep beep, there's a trigger right back here behind this handle, and when I squeeze that trigger, yes, the mill is down. Something in the bin sorter. That tells the computer that log is ready to go, and it beep beep. That's when it sets. What is the last cut log used for? The squared off large ones. Those are going over to the resaw, and they get sawn down into smaller stuff. You use different blades for different woods. No, sir. We do not use different saws. And no, we do not hit metal off, and we do have a metal detector back there. Indonesia, what's up? We're Northwest Pennsylvania, United States. Earth, universe. Yeah, we do clean up a lot around here. I mean, there's really not a whole lot of, I mean, you can see some stuff down here, but, you know, we're pretty deep into the shift here, but everything falls downstairs. We are on the second floor. Yes, Jimmy, yes. I got in trouble for showing one of those. But here's the back of my log deck here. Back there. It's right back here. Showed you the chipper. This is the resaw right here. You can see the operator right there. You can see right into there. So I can see if he's picking his nose. But this is the stuff that we've been sending over there. You know, they come down here, come through, and his saw is right here. And he is right over there. That's his cab right there. Now this view is kind of what we were just looking at, but it's out there. Oh yeah, we have lots of jam ups. But basically that's just showing me right out here, just a different, basically this view, this angle from over the other side there. Yeah, it's pretty far out there. Probably a good 20 feet out there. For me, 22 years ago, I started as a lumber piler. There's not many of those jobs left here. Yep, we do kiln dried. What is the pay like? It's pretty good. I'm not gonna tell you, but this is the left side. This is the handle right here. I can try to show you. You'll see the log turner pop up. I push that forward. Right there it is. And if I push it this way, it goes towards the carriage. Bam! Then it'll headbutt that log there. What kind of qualifications do you need for a job like this? If you're a gamer, very beneficial. But what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna play it smart, and I'm gonna run down to the restroom because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go again. So while I'm gone, I know I'm throwing you guys all around here, but
I see you got all stale logs too.
yeah, I got this rolling too.
All right. Yeah, dude. Blake called me, and I was like, I got 10. He's like, how many? I was like 0. It's like,
Yeah, I have 6.
well, good. We're close then.
And I was having, I would have had a few more, but I had issues with that middle kicker. It was sticking out in front of the face plates. So every time I had to take the dogs back and drop them down, that kicker was pushing that can out just a little bit. and you know those dogs only stick out a little bit when they're back, so they were going right behind it. So I was trying to sandwich it with the log turner, and every time I do that, the cant would like turn a little bit. But I figured I'm gonna run down to the bathroom real
That's what I
quick.
just did. Well, I didn't know, because I said I got 10, you didn't say anything, so I was like, I didn't know how many.
Yeah. Nate Dempsey said hello. I just seen it pop up on here.
Hello, Nate. Yellow. Oh. Well, it looks like, yeah, you better get going.
Are they starting it up?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to run down. Be right back. Hey, you go? Okay. Whew. That was a run. All right. Yeah, I seen the, you can see the, let me see. Can you see? Nope. Hold on, maintenance. Hello.
Yeah, is it a changeover or something?
No, something's going on over at the bin sorter.
Oh, I just went there.
Yeah. I don't know. The edger's buried.
Oh, maybe that's why.
Yeah, I can see the bin sorter and the trimmer running. Edger's running too.
Yeah, they had left an eye on the freaking incline on the vent door. You guys should probably start running up there.
Yeah, I'm gonna start up.
I'm looking at that trimmer's about dead. About done.
Go ahead, everybody.
There you go.
Yep. I got some massive ones too. Bye.
Anybody see Chris Gumby anywhere? He's the dealer, that guy over here.
Yes, he's down in the bathroom. Scott, you might have to have Brez come over and get you and Rob. I already went. to the restroom. All right, we're back in action, folks. Just had a little bit of a downtime because I had some boards going sideways, so they got jammed up somewhere over there. I don't know. It's all the way over there. I couldn't really see, but I better cut one more off. That's pretty big. That was it's over 17, so we'll get it back here. Hold on a second. My hands weren't completely dry. I hate that. I could hear the bin sorter running as I was getting to the restroom, so I knew I had to hurry up. So my hands weren't completely dry from washing them. Uh-oh. Come on. Alright, we're going to give that a little love tap. Get out of there. Wait a second. Alright. I thought that slab was going to go off the belt too. That thing would have caused some issues. That's going to probably cause an issue there. I shouldn't even have cut that yet. Had that big flare at the end and comes back to a... It was like 20-inch wide all the way back to a 4-inch wide. I mean, that one there, you can see it was split. It was going to fall apart anyways. Ooh. Just missed the end of the log there. That's what that clunk was. The dog slid over the back end of it there. Still set over 17 inches on this one. This was 180 board feet in this. This is a nice 10-footer. Man, look at that. That's missing out on some good thick stock, I'm saying. That's real nice. That's real nice. But at least now there won't be any interruptions. Let my phone charge up a little bit here. Charge my vape. Yeah, you probably heard me and Leo talking. He's the other head saw operator. He's in head saw 1. But we were talking about those 5.5-inch cants there. They, well, I was talking about my kicker sticking out, and I thought I seen that like yesterday, but it really wasn't a bother because we weren't cutting anything down that small, and these bigger ones are. That middle one, technically, that middle head block, that one right there, you see there's 3 of them there, the one in the middle. Technically, what that does is when I undog this, that middle one is actually offset from the outer 2. And the outer 2 are supposed to come down, and then that middle one comes down and in, the head block will slide into place. Pretty weird, but I guess it's functional, it's working. But man, I guess I probably should have showed you. Dang it, I should have done that. I should have took you guys over here and showed you the log deck a little bit better, just to, and like I could have walked out there and showed you the size comparison, you know, with my hand or my head, whatever, the size of these logs. There's some pretty nice ones coming. Bigger than this one. Doing a little rock and roll going through there. A little up and down action. Bam. I see he's still cutting those. He's still cutting those over there. I'll let him cut them all. I don't care. Trophied up and saying like bing bang 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 boom bang bang. Let me see how many cuts do we have so far? 3,868. Not too bad. 478 logs. But we got 45,756 feet through just this head saw. The other head saw probably does have some more because we do have some downtime over here in this head saw. We do have 2 head saws, 2 resaws. Both head saws, they're the same. Just a little different view. Resaws, just about the same. Same button layout. Get up there, you little bugger. Same button layout for the most part, but there's, oh, excuse me, a different rotation, different, what am I trying to say here? Different operation, I guess. Because like Resaw 2, when he sends a finished cant down, his drop down onto a chain. They go over onto a conveyor belt. The conveyor belt runs it back almost underneath the Resaw 2 cab, and they go onto another chain that will go down to the green chain. And then Resaw 1, when his cants go out, you know, they were going out, they kick off onto a dropout deck, which is like just below his rollers, drops down onto that. Those chains running over onto the same deck the ones from Resaw 2 were going to. Boom, and then they go down to the green chain. Not too shabby. Like boom, bop, boom, bop, bam, buckle, bam. Man, these big ones keep throwing me off. I'm not used to having to glance at the size so much. That was a nice wide one. See, this is a 23-inch log, and that's right at the right size where I can just cut a couple of boards off of it. I don't have to do any octagoning or any, you know, in between face slices, just to help keep the size down a little bit. Sorry, I keep going silent. I'm just trying to stay focused on these big ones and getting them over there so that we can, which I'm not even gonna dare. Oh no. Oh no. Hold on a second, everybody. I gotta call the debarker. Hey, hold off on kicking logs onto my deck. Once I cut these 2 logs, I'm gonna have to back my deck up because I got one that once it rolls in onto the loader arms, it's probably gonna fall off. It kicked off too soon. It's a short one. So I'm just gonna back my deck up so I have room to turn it sideways. Just once I kick this next log in, I'll let you know.
Yeah, do your thing and let me know once it's done. I'll be here to be waiting, you know? I'm not in a rush.
Bam. Man.
Make sure that you take at least 5 minutes. I can think of the half.
All right, get ready here. I'm gonna back it up now.
Okay.
Wake up!
Sounds good, brother. Let me know when you're ready.
Well, I gotta go out there and try to manhandle that one, but I'm not gonna do it. Well, yeah, I'm gonna go out and do it right now. Calm down. Let's calm down. I am live right now. I'm going to turn the camera a little bit. All right. Yeah, you can kick some up there now. I should have enough room. I hope I can turn that thing sideways. It's pretty big.
I'm not gonna throw anything over there because everything that I have over here right now is safe. So
All right.
then I try to
Yeah, once my deck starts rolling ahead.
Oh, you got a stick already.
No, I didn't go out there yet.
Oh, yeah, I see it now.
I was gonna say we've been on the phone the whole time.
Yeah, sorry, I was
I know I tried to wake you up, but I'm just about done with this one. I'm gonna go out there and fix that.
Yep, go ahead, brother.
All right, I'll talk to you. I already went to the bathroom, so
He's not coming back here.
no. I went when the trimmer was down.
Sounds good. Nobody told me the trigger was down. That's perfect.
Yeah. But all right, I'm going out to get it.
Yep.
Bye. All right, I'm gonna be right out there. I hope you can see me. Yeah, you'll be able to see some of it. Hang on tight. There we go. Save your applause later. For later. Be sure to tip your waitress. I'll be here all week. Nah, just kidding. It's the end of the week. Yes, I'm in a saw cab. Probably 12 feet by 8 feet. 12 feet by 8 feet. I don't know, 7-foot ceilings. The front part where you're looking at, all the way across the front, it's all windows. So I can see out across the mill. This next one here is the one that I was just out there wrestling with. It would have ended up on the floor too, I believe. It would have tipped up and slid off the deck right in front of us. It's a 22-inch, 162 board feet in this little bugger. A little 8-footer. Nice little round sucker, little short stack. Dang. I just looked at the clock. Not a good idea. I still have an hour and a half left in the day. Actually, no. Fridays, we shut down at 20 after 4. While the saws do stop feeding. So they can empty all the chains out. All the way through, all the way to the bin sorter. So this way they can fill up all the bins that are possible to be filled and all the decks are cleared for the weekend, whether they're getting worked on or clean. This way it's all out of here and lumber's not laying around the chain, because it will stain. The chains will stain the lumber. Here's a 12-footer. 12-footer just rolled in. Dang it. Get out of here. How much average board feet per day? 130,000 board feet on average per day. That's through the trimmer. You know, right now in this head saw, there's 46,910. Oh, sorry, I was just thinking of something that happened earlier. I was thinking of, and I said it on here about Nate helping Cameron walk across the deck over there like he was an old man. It's funny how he did it. On the plus side, I know that I'm going to be sitting in here the rest of the afternoon. I don't have to worry about getting up and going running around again. But I almost forgot to cut this down. Baby, come back. It won't be long, the grass will be back. We're gonna be sawing, we're gonna be sawing grass. No, we're gonna be cutting grass after work. That was like the main thing for me to start doing this, was for my mowing, because I am responsible for 8 yards, 9 if you count my own. I'm not very responsible with that. My yard always is long. Alright, let's get her. I'm gonna size it right here. 5.5 inch. 5.5 inch. Make sure it goes to the green chain. Off it goes. Down to the green chain, and I'm not sure exactly where it's going. I'm not sure how many Leos cut over there, but I've done 7, and I know he hasn't done 13. Our total is 20. Changed my destination. I almost forgot to do that. Then this big cant would try to go down to the green chain, but there's a bar that we welded out there so that only a certain size can actually fit underneath that. So the jump chains will still come up and try to kick that cant over and send it down to the green chain. But those are on a timer. They only run for whatever the amount of time is, a few seconds. Then they drop right back down. Well, that cant will just drop right back down onto the rollers, and it goes right down to resaw number 2. Now, if it's timed out just right, it will kick over just fine. But at that point, the computer and the whole system thinks that cant doesn't even exist. It thinks that it went downstairs. So if there's a cant going across that chain down there from head saw 1, which happened earlier, I have a cant laying on the floor out there that I seen when I ran down to the restroom. I seen it out there on the floor. I'll get that tomorrow with the crane. Pretty sure I'm coming in. Thank you, Nate. Thank you, Nate. Thank you, Nate. Get rid of the share my nudes, please, buddy. Hope everything's going good for you. Going on a hike after work. Let me know if you want to go. I'm literally leaving work. I got my hiking boots in the car, leaving work and going to my spot. What spot? Great question, because I don't know yet where I'm going. I got to think about that. Nowhere too crazy, but somewhere in the woods anyways. Now, if you guys are asking questions and commenting in there, I'm not able to answer all of the questions or comments. I do look over there and I do check it every once in a while just to make sure everything's okay. But I will catch a question here and there the best I can. So don't think that I'm ignoring you. Yeah, lots of logs here you see with that S on there. These are the veneer rejects, which were the sale logs. Beep, beep, beep. That was telling me that it was going to take a really big cut, but I said let it go because it really wasn't as big as it thought. It was thick. It was that little, or that giant knot on the end. It was thick, but it wasn't wide, so I knew the chipper would be able to handle it. That's why it does the beep, beep, beep rather than the beep, beep. There's a nice one here. Should get some nice stuff out of this. Probably up. 20-incher here. 24 inches on the far end there. That's the stump end there, and that's why it's like that. It's got that big flare on the end. Shoot. What are we doing here? Is that set right? Okay, yeah, it's set right. It looked weird for a second. Just noticed that my green light, that green saw line, is gone. I have no idea. It is not working. Not that it doesn't really do anything special. It just shows me where that saw is going to cut. There we go. That opened it up real nice. Take another one. He's got some material over there. He's got a full rotation. He's got some building up. So I don't need to hammer the giant ones over there. We'll get it caught up. It's a process. It's not something that you can do in 5 minutes. It takes a process because obviously he's taking away what I'm sending him. So yeah, I'll be hiking tonight. I normally do a live at 6:30 on Friday nights. That's usually my clean out. I do the full clean out. But if you remember, I had it running really good there, and it threw my scheduling off a little bit. So now I'm not going to be doing the full clean out tonight. I think what I'm going to do is tomorrow I'm going to come to work, go home, do the full clean out, then I'm going to go hiking again, I think. If I don't go hiking, I'm going to do the live full clean out, or I'm going to do a live hike. Well, it'll be a live little camp. We set up a little campfire. Last time I cooked, hold on. Last time I made peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Then I took a stick and cooked it over the fire. And I'll tell you, don't knock it till you try it. A smoked, lightly smoked peanut butter and jelly. I mean, it was good. And then Alfie was with us, me and Nate. Alfie was there, and he had the bologna and cheese or bologna sandwiches, and he did the same. He said they were good. I'm like, yeah, I bet. But I'm not real sure what I want to do. Is this Boise? I don't know what that says. No. We are in Northwest Pennsylvania. We're operating a double cut head saw. And we are running cherry. We were on cherry for so long, I almost said cherry again. We are running red oak. Red oak. Sawing red oak. We have 2 head saws. We are doing the same thing. This is head saw number 2. Head saw 1 is behind us. You can see that right there. That's coming from head saw number 1. Like I said, doing the same thing that we are. Taking the rounds, making them square. Precisely as we can. So what I'm doing is getting these over to a resaw where he's sawing these. He'll saw these cants. That's what they are. When you see him, I kick them off out there. That's called a cant at that point. C-A-N-T, without the apostrophe. The resaw operator will saw those. He'll saw all the quality lumber off, and once all the quality lumber is off, he sends it down to the green chain, where the green chain has their own saw down there that we call the hospital saw. It's a horizontal band saw, but it's a 4-inch band versus what you're seeing here. This one here is a newer blade, so it's right up around 12-inch wide, 10-inch wide, something like that, 10 or 12 inch, pretty big. But then what they do with them down there is they'll saw the remaining lumber off and get it down to a 3.5 inch by random width by whatever length. And then I believe those cants are going to a pallet shop or a pallet mill and getting sawn into pallet lumber. Because at the point it hits the green chain, all the lumber that's on that cant should be no better than 2 common. Should be, I say. But you know, you run into those times where you just send it down there, and what happens is that guy on the green chain that's running the saw, he will see that piece of lumber that's on there, cut it, and they have their own separate pack down there, their own separate little bin of boards that will get put back up into the sawmill, and they'll go right back through the trimmer where they'll get graded and sent over to the bin sorter and onto the sticker rack and the kilns, and then off to furniture, cabinetry, flooring. We're a rough cut mill, so we're sawing 4/4 lumber by any random width that we're getting here, and then it gets shipped off to all over the place. I don't even know exactly where it all goes, but you can see that, maybe you've seen that little crook there in the bottom, crook, I think that's how you pronounce that. But it's going to be right in between our 4th and 1st face. So that 1st face, you'll see it here. We're almost to it. Trying to get some over there. Now you can see how I'm going to have to saw that in just a little bit. How it has that crook right there. Crunk. I know somebody in here knows how to say it. I'm sorry. I'm a semi-professional. This is a nice one here. Yeah, we're searching for the 12 footers. This is a 12 footer, but it's just entirely way too big for me to try to saw it down to 5.5 inch. Now, if it was a demand thing, then I think I would be, but any of these big ones here, no. I mean, this was started out at 20 inches. Those resaws would be completely empty if me and the other head saw operator decided to saw all this stuff, or all these 12s down to a 5.5. Baby. I don't know. I also thought about having a fire tonight outside and do a little BS session versus doing the pellet stove clean out, because I want to let that thing run if I can tonight. We'll see how it's looking when I get home. That will be the deciding factor. And that's why I always recommend that if you're not following me, please do. Now that subscription thing, I don't know how that works, everybody. I really don't. But if you follow me, I think you can get it set up to when I go live, it'll notify you. But it might not. It might only notify you when I post something. And I think that's what I need to get back into doing, that when I'm able to post it on my story, like approximately 30 minutes before or whatever. Say, hey, changing plans. It's not 6:30 tonight like I would usually run. I'm getting home late from my hike, so it's going to be 7 o'clock clean out. But just follow me. I am following back. I said it earlier. Yesterday was my first day back after a 7-day ban, and I gained over 1,000 followers yesterday. That's hard to follow back in one night when TikTok only allows you to follow a certain amount, like 25 every couple hours. It's gonna take a while, so please. Whoa, did you guys hear that thump? There was a chunk of wood that came zipping back out of that saw. But don't worry, you don't need to have your safety goggles on. We got that glass right out here in the front. Let me turn that just like that. What's this? Any quarter sawn wood? Is that what I'm doing? Am I quarter sawing this? Or is that when you 180 it after your first cut? Is that what quarter sawn lumber is? I think I know what you're talking about. I'll do that with this next one. Doesn't take me any longer to 180 them either. So just, you'll see what I'm talking about. I'll turn it this way a little bit so you can see a little bit more. Turn the TV off, turn the TV off, turn the TikTok on. Watch me. Here we go. Now this is starting out at 25, so I might not actually be able to 180 that. Let's see how it plays out here. All right, so now we go like this, get it stood up. Now that first cut, I put that right up against the face plates. Let me move it down a little bit here, just to make sure I have it. Excuse me. Get on in there. All right, so now I know this is the second face, but it's technically the third one because that first one is up against the face plates. Now I'm going to take this in, just a couple of cuts, nothing too wild here. 17 inch. Nice one. Nice. 17 inch that direction. So now, even though it is, our third opening face, it's actually the second one. So it did take some taper out of this log, which that's what it's supposed to do. Now when we go to that fourth one, see that split there? That really opened up on me. You see that, Rob? Cut away from that because it goes the whole way down. I thought I had it. But now we're on the fourth one. Computer knows exactly where it's at. I didn't have to tell it everything. Well, we're getting her down there. I'm going to cut one more here. How's that top there? Yeah, let's take one more there. Take one more just to make it efficient for the resaw guy. Now I do have some stuff built up over there, but these big ones, no matter what, are gonna slow you down. Wait a minute. Now this one I'm cutting, the one that's following in behind it is bigger than this one. And this one is 24 inches. 226 board feet in this one. Oh, didn't open up proper. Take a 1/2 inch shim. Hit my 4/4 button, 1 1/8. Press the button, drop the belt. Press the button, bring the belt up. Now that board goes out. Pull the trigger, sawing another board, pulling the handle back. I'm trying to explain what I'm doing as I go, but I'll run out of breath again. You guys will hear me heavy breathing. We don't want that. You don't want to hear me breathing back here nice and heavy. Which I was when I ran back up here from running down to the restroom. A lot of flights. A lot of stairs. Alright. One more off that top just to get her nice and squared up. Bam, she's gone. Then, oh, you son of a gun. Dropped that camp pan too early and it dropped it right on the edge of that board. It's alright. There's a nice one. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to cut it just like this. I'm going to cut it into that split. Hold up, where you from? We're up in Northwest Pennsylvania. What you're watching right here is Poetry in Motion. I'm operating a double cut head saw, and this is a massive tree. Started out at 28 inches, 264 board feet. Now it is a 9-footer. That's odd, but it is a 9-footer. Great. See how that split is at the edge there? All right, that's good that way. See if we can get her to roll for us. Bam. Oh, what a dream. What a dream. All right. Now, like I said before, third cut, but it's technically the second one. I hit the number 2 button here. We're going to let that slide like that. Hold up. Wait a minute. Come on, booger. You know what? Stay there then. We'll cut you just like that. We'll see how you like it. Tired of playing around with it. You only play around with them for so long. And right now, we're still trying to play a little bit of catch up. Trying to do a little squabble up. Oh. Man, this thing was big. Got to bring her back and flip her again. Now I see that split. That split. We're going to see exactly how it plays out here. Let's see. Yep, that's as far as we're going to go there. Now this, I don't like this. Dang. So you got to see this, but getting the old 2-for-1 special here. See how that's splitting apart? The old 2-for-1 special. But he's going to have to cut that in, excuse me, from the one side and saw that right into that split. I would do it for him, but you know, give him a little bit better head start on there. Not actually do it for him, but give him a little bit better head start on it. But like I said, we're playing catch up. I'm looking back on my log deck here, and I still have some pretty good sized logs here. And we still have to try to get some more of those 5.5 by 5.5 inch by 12 foot long. And I still only have 7. We need a total of 20. I need to write that down before I forget it. 20 total. Listen to me. Alrighty. Let me turn this back just a little bit. How often is the blade changed? So here I am. And yes, you are here. Like I said, probably 100 times at least by now. I'm not able to sit here and read the comments and questions the whole time. I just happened to look over, and there he was. I mean, so here I am. Asked how often these blades, or how often the blades get changed, whatever. Every 9 hours in the head saws. Every 6 hours in the resaws. Just because the resaws, they're sawing a lot more, so they're going to dull out quicker. But they last quite a while, a couple months, I think. I don't know, unless somebody wrecks one and then it gets cut up off to the recycling center. See, somebody said amazing. Thank you. This is red oak that we're sawing. We are in Northwest Pennsylvania. If you don't know by now, well, you should. I've said it a couple of times. You should know. It is out there. It's on that third head block. I pointed out the head blocks before. So if you're paying attention, as you should be, you know where that emblem is. I'm not gonna show you every time, but it's kind of hard to catch it right there. But we're up here. Not real sure what the temperature is, but I don't care. I'm still going hiking after work. I know it's fair enough, but I'm looking through my monitor where I can see the chipper. I showed you guys that. There's a door right there behind the chipper where there's a window in the door, and I can see the sun blasting right through that window. And if I look out across the sawmill, there is some of that. I don't know the exact name. What is it? Corrugated steel siding. It's like a clear stuff we have over there, and it runs the whole from the ceiling to the floor of that side of the mill by the sticker rack. And I can see over there. It looks like it's really. I'm sure that the sun is not just blasting, but it looks a lot sunnier out there than it is in here. I will say that. But I'm just excited to get outside. I don't even care if I find a deer shed. Nate Dempsey, if you're still in here, you're losing your spot. See somebody's coming for that number 1 spot. Are you running a Lewis Control with scanner head or free sawing? I didn't catch your name, I'm sorry. This is a Lewis Control scan head. They are off to the left here. You can see the red lights right there. Those are the scanners, and you can see they run the length there. They run, I think they go 14 foot. A span of 14 foot, something like that. But what they're doing, they're scanning that log every 6 inches. So all I need to do is I put those dogs down, what clamps the log in, squeeze the trigger on the handle, and the computer knows where it needs to set. You'll hear it right here. That beep beep, that is telling me that it's set. It's taking the taper out of the log. Now I can override it and do free sawing, yes. I don't want to do that. We've done that a couple of times, only when there was a fault or something, something going on with the scanner, but I don't know. I always end up second guessing myself. It's like, oh man, is that too big of a cut? Is that too thick? Oh man, it was. Darn it, then, I don't know, I just don't like doing the free sawing. I've seen it done, it's pretty cool. Oh, I definitely played some Call of Duty last night. If you missed my live from the house, I did a real short and sweet one last night. And I always say that I'm going to, and then still always ends up running for at least an hour. But, and I know in the TikTok world they want you to do an hour. But that's fine. I'm trying to run my own shift. So I did a quick 30 minutes. It's actually 33. And I played Call of Duty for quite a while after that. And the way I seat myself is pretty stupid. And my neck is killing me today. That, gaming, I think it's beneficial for what I'm doing right here. Because literally, if you've played those types of games before, PlayStation, there's buttons that you're running with your thumbs, with your thumbs and your fingers. I'm doing the same thing right here, but I also am using my feet. And instead of the controller just being held in your hand and pressing your fingers and your thumb, my handles are moving. The one on the right is what's operating that carriage, this thing, back and forth. And my right hand it's the throttle. So the further I push that, the faster it's going to go. Same thing coming back. The more I pull it back, the faster it's going to go. Here's a 12-footer. Let's knock one off of that sheet. Let's knock one off there. Let's cut this one down. I'm going to change my destination now, so this way my peripheral vision will see that light and it will remind me that we're sawing it down. And you'll see me turn this thing a couple of times. No, Cody. I just happened to look over. Yeah, it is automated, I guess, the set part, the setting part. Like right here when I go through the cut, I'm going to pull the trigger, and you see that can't slide forward. You'll see it better right down here. Hang on a second. See it right here? See it moves forward, and it's sawing that. That part is automated. That's just a, that's a set in the program, so that when I pull that trigger, it knows it's cutting a piece of 4/4. But everything else, I'm operating. The feed rate of that carriage, the turners, I operate those. I operate this, the log turner with my left hand. My thumbs are going like crazy. There's 6 buttons on each handle that you operate with your thumb, and both have the trigger in the front, and they all do different things. Like my left hand is what's operating those head blocks. These things right here, those are the head blocks. They're operating that back and forth. Then my right hand is operating the turners and the dogs and the feed rate and the set button. Hold on a second here. 5.5 it is. Let me come back and fix up the other side. Get it right to, I almost had it right. I almost got it perfect. Come on, you bugger. Don't make me swear now. All right, so stay like that. See what happens here. Yeah, just a little off of there. And off it goes, down to the green chain. Let me scratch one off the paper here. All right. All right, here comes the 4/4 board. That's gonna go off to the edger. Now, these logs, I really don't touch much about the debarker. I did take my phone back there earlier. That was pretty neat. Also challenging on my part. I won't do that anymore. I won't run around with it. That was obnoxious. But the debarker, it's a ring debarker, A6 Nicholson. It's a ring debarker. I believe air, yeah, it's an air debarker. Has 4 arms inside of their pneumatic. Centrifugal, whatever you call that. But he's back there, the operator's back there, and he can select where to send these cants or these logs to. And you see, like these big ones, this one I'm about to drop in is a big one. And what he does back there, what he's supposed to do is separate these big ones, give one over to here, give one to the head saw one behind us, because they do slow us down a little bit, so that this way, if I'm cutting 2 of these big ones back to back, oh, there goes a big one downstairs. If I cut 2 of these big ones back to back, it's gonna be, the resaw is going to empty right out. Set 1 downstairs. That's not too bad. Usually I try to send 2 or 3 down there, but just not today. We caught it. We caught it this time. All right. Let me fix this up here. This one is 27 inches. 12 foot, 3 inches. We are not going to cut this down to a 5.5. Take me way too long. The resaw would definitely be empty by then. Let me cut one coming back. Let's see how the saw reacts to that. I like it. Man, that thing is. Look how pretty that is. That's some good looking red oak. That is. But you hear that beep beep? That's the other automated part of this operation. I squeeze the trigger and the computer tells those head blocks where they need to go. And first and second cuts, take the tapering out of the log. Then the third and fourth ones, just straighten them up. And it's got a lot of bark on it. I'm gonna take a shim, clean the rest of that bark off of there, right back to a 4/4. I dropped that belt manually. Now, oh yeah, the other automated thing is, that belt that's been dropping right there, that is automated, sorry. And the camp pan, that drops down to, we call it half mass. You'll see that when I turn this log, the camp pan will come down out there, there it is, to half mass, right out there where I just pointed where that belt's at. But then I press a button to bring it down the rest of the way when I'm ready for it. But it just goes right there so you don't have to wait that extra 10 seconds. But it's down to 18 right now. We're gonna take one more board. Like I was saying earlier, we've been having some issues with this carriage surging going forward. So it is a little sketchy going, away from the camera, making that cut. It is a little sketchy. Feels like I have about 60% control of it. Did a little slide there. Here's another 12-footer. Here's what I'm gonna do real quick. I'm gonna zoom that in, put that right there, so you can watch this cut right close. See if you can see that saw moving at all. See if you can see if it's snaking around anything. Snaking, if you see it wiggling. I don't see it wiggling. I don't know though. See how close I can cut into those dogs. Pretty close to them. Alright, we're going to put the dogs back. We're getting her down close to the 5.5. Then I'm going to call the head saw operator over here and see where he's at with these. I'm not sure if there's anybody downstairs on the green chain where these are going, counting them. But I'm just gonna keep track of them myself. There goes another one. Let me pull you guys back. And then I'm gonna make a call. Make sure my destination's proper. Please go. All right. Let me call him real quick. What's his number? Oh yeah. Mark that down. We have Niners. Yellow. Hey, I was just calling over to see how many of those you got.
I just got one more. I got 12 sold.
Okay, I have 9.
What? I got you by that. Hold on.
Yeah, what's 12 plus 9?
Alright, so we're good then.
That's 21, right?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Man, I ran out of toes. I ran out of toes and fingers. I ended up counting my nose. Oh yeah, I have my socks off right now.
Oh, shit, bro. Bro, where are these coming from? They're huge.
I know. Like, I got the live rolling right now. I bet you they're loving it. These logs are big and they are really nice, I think. My opinion, they're nice.
I'm wondering, did you know that they
I heard that, and I wasn't. They probably didn't hear you, but I wasn't gonna say anything because I didn't want big arguments going on. But yeah, I heard that, and that's where all these sail logs are coming from.
That's what I was saying too, because I see them empty in the container.
Yeah, it's pretty sad and pretty scary.
Yeah, it's like, hopefully they keep doing lumber.
Oh, I know. If the lumber stops, the sails overseas,
Yeah,
we're gonna be troublesome.
I'll be like, how much is still flying? I need some change.
But I'll call Scotty I'll call Scott on the radio and tell him we have 21.
Yeah, tell them to get a hold of Blake, because I'm afraid those guys down there trying to cut some of them.
Yeah, I was worried about that.
That's the first thing I saw. I was like, oh God, who's running that spot?
Yeah, I'm hoping that they didn't.
Yeah, if I give them a call and make sure we got enough, that'll be awesome.
Yep, I'll do that.
All right, thanks, bro.
Yep, so we don't need to cut any as of right now.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
All right, I'm not even gonna call him on the phone. Just call him on the radio, and I'll give it to him real professional like. Oh no. All right. Bye. Hey, Scott.
Yeah.
After converting here with my esteemed colleague Leo, we have achieved 21 of the 5.5 by 5.5 by 12 footers.
Thanks, Husky.
I don't know if anybody counted those or, if they were good, if we need to cut any more, I don't know.
Oh, that's good.
That's about as professional as you can get right there. My esteemed colleague. Okay, thank you. Man. That's like you just heard the other head saw operator saying, he's like, where are these coming from? They are big. Real big. Really putting in some work here. A lot of footage. As of right now, we're about to click over to 9.5 hour day here. So far, we're at 51,977 feet. That's just in this head saw. And that's been 526 logs. Now usually we have that amount of logs by lunch, but the number we're looking for is the saw lines. That's how many cuts I've made. This computer will only count the cuts. Yes, it does count the slabs, and yes, that's on there. If you want to do the math, there's 4 slabs per log, and I've cut 527 logs, and I have 4,337 cuts as of right now. So if you want to tell me how many boards that is, go ahead. Which I'll try to catch it if somebody does that. That would be awesome. But I can't do that type of math. Which it's been, they've figured it out here before. So I'm sure they have a number there that they throw in there to scratch out for the amount of slabs. That's just an assumption. Does the machine the logs are going on to get cut on the gray sign in the bottom? The gray sign in the bottom. Oh, this is if that's what you're asking, it's a Clairman carriage. Yes, Clairman. It's a Clairman carriage, McDonough mill, McDonough saw. Well, McDonough, this is the mill, this is the mill part. The band, I believe, is the Simons or Simmons. Come on, roll. Got to trim one more off there. I'm telling you, these bigger ones, they really throw me for a loop. We're going to do some burning here. Turn and burn action. Little grip and rip. We are sawing red oak on a double cut head saw with a slant carriage. Double cut meaning obviously I can go back and forth. Now that carriage, excuse me, somebody asked if that was a Claremont. Yes. Claremont slant carriage. And now if you have worked in a sawmill, work in a mill that has a flat carriage, oh man, you're missing out. These slant carriages, in my opinion, because I've ran a flat carriage, and I ran a flat carriage for probably, I think I ran a flat carriage for like 12 or 14 years. I've ran saws now for 18, we'll say 18 years. I can't exactly give you, it's been about 18. I've worked here 22. I don't even know what we were just talking about. I don't know. I'm ready to get out of here. It'll come back to me, so just be patient. Watch while we saw here. Oh yeah, slant carriage, game changer. Thank you. It is. Because when I come back here, now if you've ran the flat carriages, or you are a slant carriage operator, sawyer, then you know that this log turner is your friend, because you need that log turner to push it up against the head blocks to make sure it's square and flat up against those face plates so you're sawing square cans. Well, with the slant carriage, you don't need that. All I do is after, you'll see it here kind of quick, is after I turn it, it sets, I do a little back set when I turn it, and then I front set, dog it, and go. This way I know that that log is hitting those face plates. Just like that. Now if I could do slow motion, back set, turn, front set, dog, go. On to the next. This is a funky shaped one. Got all kinds of character to it. If that's what you want to call it. I call them knots. People call them character, and I get it. I'm into it. But they're knots right now. They're not character until you're building with it, I guess. Man, if you've ever tried to build something with this kiln-dried hardwood lumber, wow. Tough stuff. Pre-drill everything. I recommend that. And have fun with it. It's tough stuff to work with. It's dry, If it's kiln-dried, it is dry, and it's already hardwood, so yeah, it's tough stuff to work with. Used to take some stuff from here all the time, get some curly cherry. You don't see much of that anymore, the curly cherry or the curly maple, or what do you call that? What do they call that? The tiger maple, where, if you surface that stuff and put like a clear coat on it, or a varnish, put a clear coat on that, stuff looks 3D. Freaking awesome. There was some quote-unquote scrap wood. Now, mind you, this was probably 15 years ago. Some quote-unquote scrap wood that came off of the resaw that I was running. And it just so happened that it was curly cherry. And I took it home, let it dry a little bit. Then my dad built a gun cabinet out of it, which I still have. And he's been wanting to get after it and do some work to it. But I told him no, because I like the original. Which I know what he means. You know, it was like one of his first biggest projects as, you know, doing woodwork. I think he's here. I think he was here anyways, on here watching. He's got stuff to do, even though it's Saturday for him. He is retired, him and my mom both. They're snowbirds, so, you know, I'm up here in Northwest PA. They're down in Florida, somewhere around Orlando. I won't give their exact location, because I know my dad, he's not up for any visitors. Although he might be, you know, he might be getting bored. Oh, mahogany. Paul, I can't pronounce your last name. Does that say Nunya? Oh, shoot. It came to me as I read that. Paul Nunya. I bet you that thing looks awesome with that mahogany. But I guess it is none of my business, right? Oh, shoot. That's awesome. That's awesome. I bet you that thing is pretty wild. Holy cow. Fridays, man, why they drag so long? You know, me and Butchie over there, he's over in the resaw. He brought it to my attention how annoying time actually really is. Because I think it's a made-up thing. I think he thinks the same. Because think about that. Thursday and Friday, man, they take so much longer to go through than Saturday and Sunday. But it's the same time, right? Now, I'm telling you, I looked at that clock once, and then I looked at it again thinking it was at least an hour, but it was only 10 minutes. Doesn't seem right. You're right, Cameron. Time is only for work. I want to find out the guy that set that up like that. Oh, I forgot oh yeah, Leo did hear that on the radio. I forgot that I called him on the radio and told him about the cans, so yeah, Leo definitely heard me say that. But today I will be ending this afternoon live by 4:30. I plan on being at the time clock by 4:30, so I will be saying my see you laters at like 4:28 before I walk out my door here in this cab. But like I said a little while ago, the saws we will shut down about 20 after, so that the edger and the trimmer can clear all their lumber out. And as my saw is shutting down, I pick my phone up out of the tripod. Well, I'm going to pick the whole tripod up and all. I'm going to take the tripod with me this weekend. But I show everybody once again what I'm working with here. Show the controls real quick. If I haven't said it enough, I'll say it again. We're in Northwest Pennsylvania. We're at Emporium Hardwoods. It's obvious. It's been out there. People typed it on the views or on the comments here. I've said it a couple of times. Company said they're doing an Instagram, Facebook. We'll see how that works out. We'll see if they do start one. That'd be awesome. But I'm operating a double cut head saw. We're finishing up here, finishing up the week. We got about another 20 minutes left of sawing. And like I said, I'll pick everybody up, show you what I'm working with. See that split going across there? Yep, you do. Hey, thanks for the follow. Thanks for the follow to everybody who has followed me back so far. I'm telling you, I'm following back as much as I can, as fast as I can. I am doing that. I do that as much as I can. But like I said earlier, I got a lot of new friends just as of yesterday, and then all my other streams from here. Holy Toledo. It's tough to keep up with. Sure is. Keeps me busy. Not that I'm gonna spend my entire free time on the app, but I do put in some time on it till my eyes start to go cross-eyed, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's enough. You know, it's pretty bad you get start going cross-eyed like that, but I will start getting weird. Oh, thank you. I missed your name. I think it says James something. I'm pretty good. Thank you. I don't know. I try to go over with everybody what I'm doing, and then I always end up somewhere else. Somebody told me earlier to keep doing that. That a lot of people really enjoy just, you know, a live talk, I guess. Like a real talk. I'm a real person. I'm a real dude. Yeah, I'm a real dad. Whatever. Real husband. I'm real as it get. So yeah, I mean, I talk about what we're doing. I do try to catch a couple of comments, a couple of questions. Like I just glanced over there, and I'm sorry I can't catch your name because they do pop up rather quickly. I just caught that. Somebody said this is, I believe it said oddly satisfying. I've said this before. We've had tours since this new mill has been built. We've had tours come in here from people from all around the world. And, you know, they come in with translators and whatnot. And they come in these saw cabs with us. And they're just like, wow, I could stand here and watch you do this all day long. And I would say, hey, pull up a seat. You're more than welcome to. So here you guys are sitting here watching, listening to me talk. Sometimes I might talk too much. I apologize. But I also, I do go silent and give like some quiet time, like I'm going to do right now, because I can feel my voice starting to strain. So I'm going to have a little bit of a drink here. The old Monster Revive. Also not a sponsor. No sponsors here. It's all me and you guys putting in work. Like I said, I try to catch questions. Just try to follow me if you can, and I will follow you back. And this way you're notified when I go live, because I do pop up at random times. I love going live. I absolutely love it. I don't know why, but I do. And it probably drives other people nuts. And I don't care. I don't care. This is what I do. So I might as well just throw it on live. People are gonna watch, they'll watch, and I'm gonna talk. But right now I'm gonna be quiet. Like I said I was gonna be. Hold on. Get out of here. Okay. Okay. Now I said that was enough. Alright, a little quiet time, a little saw time, a little poetry in motion time. That was a comment, by the way. Somebody commented this is like poetry in motion. Thanks for sharing this this live also. That helps get this out there, gets more people watching. People seem to really enjoy this, so here we are. Iceman Paul Wall. Got my mouth looking someone like a disco ball. I wonder, do they make, you know, like the cell phone holders for tripods, how they have like that little springy action? They spring on the side of your phone. Do they make those for iPads that have the spring action? I would assume so. I would like to get an iPad. I'm probably, oh my. Look at that mess of a knot. This almost looks like it could be white oak. I'm just gonna cut a board off of there. It's going to the chipper no matter what. That thing's a piece of crap. Sorry if that word offends you, but that board was literally a piece of crap. This one here, I'll let this one go on over to the edger. Ooh. Ooh, get over there. Something was hooking up somewhere, wouldn't let her flip. Oh, there we go, a little reset. For some reason, the head blocks popped back a little bit when I dogged that down. Got her squared up though. Let me take one more off there, because that's going to be a really hard knot right there for that resaw. That top knot right there. I said top knot, not top notch. That top knot, it was a really hard knot. So it was actually probably a branch. Looking at it, it was probably a branch. Where the branch came out of the log. Monster. I like to say monster instead of mustard. You know, mustard. I like to say monster. But we got about 15 minutes left of sawing logs. Not napping, but we're actually really sawing logs. So about 15, well, a little less than 15. Then I'll pick the guys up. Tripod and all. Yep, it's going to be a little shake, rattle, and roll at first. So I'll get you set up. I'll get you stabilized. I'll show you everything I'm working with. I'll do a quick explanation right before I shut down what I'm about to show you, because it's going to be, it's going to be bing bop, boom baka bam, quick show you, and then I'm literally gonna almost run for that door today. I'm not a runner, but I'm gonna definitely scurry on out of here. Like I said a little bit ago, I am going hiking directly after work. So I'm hoping to be in the woods. Now on Monday I was in the woods before 5 o'clock. So I did have, about an hour out in the woods, and then I obviously gave myself enough time to get back to my car before it was dark, because even though I took a flashlight with me, you could probably guess where the flashlight was, and I was already a half mile out into the woods, and I was like, forgot my flashlight. But I did have my cell phone, and it was like 80% charged, and excuse me, I knew that I wasn't going to be getting carried away, and I was near a highway, so I would be able to use the sound of the highway to get me back to the car. And the area is so simple to get around. If you have any sort of experience walking in the woods, this area is it's flat, so it's simple, whatever. But I'm hoping to be out there before 5. I still haven't even thought of where I'm going. I think I know where I would like to go, but I don't know how I feel about hiking up hills right now. But I think I got one place in thought or in mind right now. Yeah, and of course, my luck being that I have such a short, window of opportunity to go for a quick hike after work, at least get 2 miles in, whatever. It'll be just my luck. I drive to this thought I'm thinking of, and I think it's like 5 miles down the road here. I'll probably get there and it'll probably be posted now. Oh, I'd be so mad. I'm hoping that it's not. I don't know. I might go somewhere else. I don't know. I'm such an indecisive person. But we're just about finished up here. I appreciate everybody following me, commenting. I appreciate the folks that have been here for a while, and possibly helping answer any questions that the people are asking, and then you can answer because I've said it before. And, I could be here just blah 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 about hiking, rather than telling you exactly what I'm doing. But trying to work in a whole bunch of stuff here, just trying to keep it interesting. This helps me get through my day, believe it or not. So I've had people tell me that they throw this live on at their work. They might not be able to watch it the whole time, which is fine. That's fine. But they put their phone down, put their earbuds in, and just listen to me BS about whatever. But just make sure you are following me. I will follow back. Get signed up. If you're interested in seeing me outside, seeing different outside where I'm at here in Northwest PA, You know, who knows? Somebody on here might be in the middle of the desert and only see sand or whatever, palm trees. Then you'll be able to see some oak and maple, which you're seeing oak right here, but you'll be able to see it when it's standing out in the woods. You're in Ohio, Cameron? Yep. Nice. Ohio, you're right next door to us. It says you're number one. Oh, you're in Brookville. That's not too far. He knows where I'm at then. Emporium Hardwoods. Cameron County. I've had people comment on my videos and stuff on my For You page, or not my For You page, but on my account there on TikTok about, you know, being in Cameron County. It's not like we're hiding anything here, doing anything secret. So we got about 7 more minutes until we get that call saying, okay, Sawyers, go ahead and shut them down. Be about 20 after 4. What a day. What do you say? So if you're gonna stick around, let me see what we got here. Oh, holy cow! I wasn't expecting to see that number. That's excuse me. I happened to look over and seen how many people are in the live right now. My palms just got a little sweaty. I'm a little nervous. Do a little shimmy and shake here to get loosened up for you. But if you're gonna stick around for the shutdown, I'm gonna show you what.
Hey, Sawyers. Go ahead and shut down now. Big Sawyers down. Don't want to bury the front line too much. Want to be able to get all that stuff cleaned out before 4:30. So go ahead and hit that red button on your left. Praise the Lord, it's the weekend.
Amen, brother. But you heard that right there? Shut her down. You hear that beeping? Yeah, that's my saw shutting down. There it is. There's the call. And we're early. The bin sorter's down. Not sure how long that's been down or how long it's going to be down. But let's get this all wound down. So, we'll kick that out of there. Real quick, I'll just show you. My left hand, what you're going to see, my left hand, I have a controller that has 6 buttons up on the top and a trigger in the front. It's running these forward and back. Okay? These right here. Now that's on my left hand. It drops the belt out there also. See the belt coming up, going down, does that. It will also drop the camp pan down or put it up. What else does that side do? Oh, there's another set button over there. It doesn't really show anything. But then on my right hand, also 6 buttons. And ooh, send me nudes video. Get out of here. But my right hand does these dogs right here. Those are the dogs. Those are what can clamp down onto the log. And now, if you watch, I don't know if you can see that because of the comments, but if you watch, there is dogs down in the bottom. If you can see it there in the bottom of your screen there, right down inside of here, there's dogs in there as well that come up and pinch, grab the bottom of the log. Then I have the button that, thank you, Nate. I have the button that does those. Those are the turners. Let me bring it down a little bit here. Those are the turners going up and down. That's one button to send them up and down. Another button sends them out and up. We can saw right down to a piece of 4/4, inch and an eighth. So I can saw right down to nothing here. And I'll show you that here in a second. One button puts those dogs right in. See how they come out? Now if I put those in, when they come down, you can see that they're tucked right in there. So we can saw right down to nothing. But that's that part. I'll pick you guys up and show you here. Let me push that down there. That's operated with my right hand. All right, it's gonna be a little shaky here. Now mind you, within the next 3 minutes, I'm ending this. I'm sorry. 4 or 5 minutes, whatever. I got to get out of here at 4:30. I'm hitting the hills. Sawmill in Alabama, made in 1907. That's kind of like our old mill. But okay, here is my monitors. This here is the back of my log deck. Right here. Goes all the way back. There's my plant. Then here's our chipper. You can see the shaker conveyor taking all the slabs in right into the throat of the chipper there. And then they will go in and up that chute out into the chipper bin. Sawdust gets separated before this area. You can see stuff coming down. Those are the bigger chunks that will go right back through and get chopped. Now here's the resaw. This is resaw 1 that we were just feeding. There's the operator. You can see him just a little bit. I don't know if he's watching. Rob, if you're watching, give us a wave. Come on, give us a wave. Ah, he ain't gonna. He must not be watching. But you can see his rotation here. They come through here, down through here. Here's his saw. They'll go out this way, and then this is his return deck, and they keep coming back until they're to that finished cant. Thank you for the follow. And this is his return deck, and they keep coming back until they're to that finished cant. Thank you for the follow. Dog. Yes, resaw does seem boring. I get bored over there quickly. But here is the resaw number 2. He's got the, round and around and around right there. Here's the edger belt. The boards coming from the head saw come across onto that belt, onto this deck, which feeds. You can see that's the belt that I was just pointing at. Comes across these decks over there. That's the edger deck. That's Butchie walking right there. This decking right here is from the head saws. That's where my boards will go out to. Hey, thank you, Charles. Yeah, Charles has been here before. He's seen this stuff. But here's the right side that I was talking about. There's those buttons on the thumb for my thumb. Then around this way right here is the trigger. Hey, I just seen Gage. What's up, buddy? Yeah, we're pretty clean. Now my cab, mind you, it's a little dirty in here. But tomorrow I am going to be doing a clean out in here. Here's my front console. This is right in front of me. This is my view right here, everybody. Right out that direction, just like that. We are about 20 feet away from the saw blade out there. See you, Nate. Here's the left side. Same thing. 6 buttons on the top for the thumb. Little dust. We're not super clean, but we're clean. And there's a trigger in the back. All my buttons here. That was my little tallier. But yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't show you this. This is the monitor that I look at, and I tell you guys, but I tell you the logs and everything. Dang, I'm struggling. This is the monitor right here. Now it tells me logs, how many saw lines, that's how many cuts, 4,592, 561 logs. Footage, 55,502. That's just in this head saw. Now there is one in the, there's another head saw right behind us. What time? It's 4:22 p.m. Northwest Pennsylvania. Now here is, I'm gonna put you guys right in the doorway. Now you can see, you know, here's the door frame. Here's the cab. Do I count my bathroom break log? Nope. I will mark that down. Hold on a second. Here's a close-up of my plant again, though. It's an awesome snake plant. I like plants. Oh man, that was funny. But I'm gonna turn everything off, and I like to let everybody take a gander at me. You know, I'm oh man, that was good. But this is me. I'm Husky Fella. I'm gonna turn the rest of my stuff off out there. Oh shoot. I forgot to turn the sprayers off so I could see the oil just dripping out there. Gonna drop the strain down. The saw will come off. I don't know if you guys seen those light up. Those were the kerf catchers. I dropped the guide block down. Now mind you, I'm getting out of here in just a couple minutes, folks. So if you have seen the shutdown before, then that's all I'm doing. And then I'm getting out of here. I'm all dirty from that stinking log out there. This side over here is mainly all of my, well, it is. These are all hydraulics here. Yes, hydraulics. And these ones here are all conveyors. Some are hydraulic, so I like to turn this side off first. And that's the drop belt. They're labeled as drop belt. Off bearer belt, that's the one right behind the saw. Back cut roll case, that was the one right here in the front of you. Board belt 2, way out of your sight. Board belt 1 was right out here. Now the drop belt, you know, that's the one that up and down, bap, bap, bap. Cant roll case 1 and 2, they're over here. That's what sends everything over. Carriage drive. Now this one right here, this is where I select all my destinations and thicknesses. That's that green light that quit working. Strain is down. Turn the deck off. Pumps are off. And then I like to do this. And wait. Sometimes he finishes it. Sometimes he doesn't. But that's it. Thanks for joining. I'm getting out of here. Oh. What is that? I heard something turn on. Oh. Our blower, we have like ceiling fans up there. And those just turned on for some reason. Let me make sure the heater's turned on for the weekend. Hope you guys can see me. Make sure you're signed up. I'm gonna say I'm not doing a live tonight. The live will be tomorrow. So I'm sorry if you have questions that I couldn't answer. I really do apologize. But I'm gonna go hiking and see what's what after that. But more than likely tomorrow I'm gonna do a live full clean out of the pellet stove tomorrow. So make sure you're signed up for the notifications. So I'll see you next time. And remember, it's not goodbye. See you later. show you across the mill real quick. I'll let you look out across there while I get dressed here. Get my sweatshirt on and everything. Man, what a day. What a day. Like I said, not a lot of logs. Good amount of boards put through here. 55,502 feet just through this head saw. Sorry for the clanging around. But I'm getting out of here, everybody. I appreciate everybody stopping in and watching. We'll be live doing this again Monday morning, but we will be, I will be going live again tomorrow morning after work, because I'm coming in tomorrow for a couple hours, I think. I'll tell you what, just be signed up for notification, because I might change everything. I might not come to work tomorrow, and I might have a fire tonight, have a couple drinks and a BS session, and answer questions. You get paid by the foot? Oh, we get paid by the hour. By the hour. Thank goodness. That'd be very motivational if it was by the foot. I'll tell you that. But all right, everybody. Remember, it's not goodbye. See you later. I'm out of here. I'm sorry if I'm cutting somebody off, but I'll catch you later, guys and girls and folks of all ages.